Good morning, everybody. I am here. It's Monday, October 27th, 2025. I'm here with a news article regarding the government shutdown and food stamps, which was something that we have all been a little concerned about, especially here in the state of Louisiana, where our poverty population is very high. So I'm going to read over this article I stumbled upon while I was stopped at a red light earlier. It says Louisiana governor signs emergency order for food assistance. Governor Landry approves benefits through November for children, elderly, and disabled. This is what I was wanting to see. Governor Landry signed an emergency order Friday. This was published on the 24th, so I don't know the dates. Today's the 27th, it's Monday. So this was probably on October 24th that he signed this order. Early in the morning, right? If my math is correct, that is Friday. Approving food assistance benefits through November for children, elderly people, and people with disabilities during the federal government shutdown. So whenever I read this, it is my understanding that Governor Landry is going to be using state resources to fund food stamps for these what do we call it, these vulnerable families, these vulnerable groups of people during the government shutdown to kind of prevent what we were all worried about. You know, people were threatening to I saw videos of people threatening to just go into Walmart and steal stuff. One of my regulars in my live stream told me that I've got to stop. Okay, told me that they are closing the insides of Walmarts. They're closing the insides of Walmarts, and it's going to be curbside and pickup only, curbside and delivery only until the government shutdown ends. Worried about stuff like this, I presume. Anyway, I'm going to continue reading now. It says, the emergency declaration allows the state to continue benefits for vulnerable populations while other, I'm going to SNAP, Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, recipients face uncertainty. This is a quote from Robert Collins, a Dillard University political analyst. Gosh, I can't talk. I'm sorry, y'all. He says the governor, since the legislature is already in special session, went ahead and declared a state of emergency, which is within his powers as governor. Benefits for all other affected individuals will lapse November 1st if the federal shutdown continues. The potential lapse affects families across the state. Even though those people might not be elderly or children or disabled, those people still might have members of their household, still might have family members who are depending on those SNAP benefits, and those individuals themselves might be below the poverty line. The difference is, for the children, children can't go get jobs. They can't go pick up extra shifts at work. They can't do anything to supplement themselves. The same for the elderly and disabled. Those people rely on SNAP benefits to eat. And that was one of my major concerns during this government shutdown and the lapse in SNAP benefits, is that the elderly, the disabled, the families with children who don't have a way to go find some extra income to buffer this situation, right? That they were going to suffer. Louisiana families described the program as essential, particularly for those affected by shutdown concerns. This is going to be the end of government assistance for people that truly need it, one resident says. When they go away, it's going to be a lot of turmoil for people that don't have money to feed themselves and then looking for a job. The economy is so bad right now when it comes to finding work. These are facts, y'all. These are real life facts, and these are things that I've been saying on some of my videos and stuff. I had to take one down because I have people coming in my videos calling me MAGA because I think it is childish that this stuff is going on right now, that these people are having to worry or if they're going to eat next month, and throughout the end of the year because of government shutdown over something so silly. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I haven't read the full bill, but the key points of the bill are silly things that you're fighting for. Okay, the silly things that you're fighting about, I should say. Excuse my misstatement, but you know that's just my opinion, and my opinion is not based on who I support, because I don't support nobody like that. I'm not radical. I don't care. As long as it does not affect me, mine, or people that I feel like should not be affected by stuff like that. And that would be the elderly, the disabled, the families that are not able to support themselves in the way that our economy demands, because our social structure is so backwards in a lot of ways here in America. It doesn't matter if it's a Democrat or a Republican in there. The same kind of stuff happens. In 2018, 2019, we had the longest government shutdown in the history of government shutdowns. And guess who was in office? Y'all take a guess. Was it Trump? No. So let me continue reading. Let me just continue reading. I went off on a little tangent there because I think this is a great thing. Myra Nolan, a Louisiana resident, said family members depend on the assistance. My children work hard to take care of their children. And then they got grandchildren they've got to take care of, she said. Food banks are preparing for an influx of people seeking assistance as families consider how meal planning might change for those not protected by Landry's order. This is something I've already been looking into my own self. As a single mother of 3 kids, I'm only able to do what I can to support my children. And yes, my children receive SNAP benefits, and this is, like I said, this is something I've already been considering. I've already been mentally preparing for. When we stop at the gas station and my babies are like, Mom, I want a snack, I have to tell them, no, baby, I don't know if I'm going to have food next month. I don't know if I'm going to have food money next month. I can't get you those chips. I don't have the money to do it right now. And that is a hard thing to tell your kids whenever you're used to doing things a certain way. Whenever you're used to being able to go ahead and get them a honey bun or get them a bag of chips, or, my daughter calls like Powerades and stuff, energy drinks, and she's like, Mom, can I have an energy drink? She wants a Powerade, and I can't get it for her because I have to go to the store to get the huge packs so that I make sure that my money is stretching, and of course that's something I should do anyway, right, to make sure that I'm not wasting money. But at the same time, everybody stops at the gas station and gets little things here and there. It's just hard whenever you're like, what if my money runs out and I have to pay out of pocket? I need to make sure that I save every dollar that I have on that card in my pocket, so on and so forth. You understand what I mean. So let me continue reading this. It says, Miss Nolan said, without the food stamps, there's going to be very little hot plates on the table. She's talking about with the food banks. The food banks feed a lot of our homeless. We have just a ridiculous amount of homeless people here in Louisiana. It's so sad. But when you drive past places like there's a community center here in Shreveport, people ride the bus to go up there, get them a hot plate. They get cake, they get a drink, a big 2 liter. I did community service there one day. Like, it's great. Like, they start cooking at 8 o'clock in the morning for those people. It's like a whole kitchen. They can go in and sit down and eat. They can take their hot plates home with them, or not home, but wherever they go to their shelters, or God forbid, to the corner of the street where they sit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just sad. It hurts my heart. But that a lot of that stuff is gonna be being allocated other places, because we've got federal employees who don't qualify for benefits because they are used to making a certain income. It's not like they could qualify for food stamp benefits during a government shutdown, right? But they're going to be looking for a hot plate also. People whose benefits are going to lapse in November, So let's continue on. Collins said Landry will need to ask for additional legislative approval for the programs if the federal shutdown extends past November. The governor said the emergency stopgap will be paid from the state's emergency funds, just like I thought. So the state of Louisiana is going to pay these vulnerable families food stamps. That almost makes me want to cry. I want to give a shout out to Governor Landry. He is doing a great service to Louisiana residents by doing this. I hope other states, governors, take a page out of Governor Landry's book during this hard month that we're about to have for our vulnerable people, our veterans, our disabled veterans, our elderly, our otherwise disabled people, our vulnerable families with children who have no other means to provide for them. It's the holiday season, it's Thanksgiving, it's Christmas, and these people got to eat even if it wasn't. So thank you, Governor Landry, and I really hope some of the other states do this for their people. It warms my heart that we have a governor who is looking out for us like this. And I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all let me know in the comments if you've read anything or you've heard anything about your state doing anything similar for the people that live there. Y'all have a great day. In the meantime, be safe, be vigilant, and don't let the stress of it all get to you. You never know what you might wake up and read tomorrow.